Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lorraine Taylor. This is Do Brand You. And this channel is all about you. It's about you unleashing your potential in every season in life and navigating to your true north. And on once a week, I share these coaching sessions with you where I go back and I just redo some of the themes that continue to come up in some of the coaching clients that I've had over the last 15 years. I'm going to start today's session with a question, and that is, have you ever looked back and realized, wow, I've really changed? And I'm not talking about just physical changes or changes in what you do. You might have changed jobs or you might have changed where you live. I'm talking about changes in who you are. The things that once defined you that don't quite fit anymore. You've grown and your identity is growing with you. This is such a central part of what doing brand you is. One of the misconceptions of personal branding is that personal branding is this and I've had people come up to me and this is really what's in their mind, is personal branding is your logo, it's how you're showing up, it's your values, your mission. Yeah, that's all fine in a moment in time. But the reality is who you are to do brand you in your life, in each season of life, is recognizing that you are always evolving. You're always changing. And today we're going to explore this evolution of your identity and how who you're becoming is already forming inside of you right now through the thoughts you have, the choices you have, and the actions. So by the end of this session, you'll know how to intentionally shape your identity through some of the small aligned actions I'm going to share with you. And so that your daily life starts reflecting your future self, because you're not going to stay the same as you are today. In the future, you're going to evolve again. Here's something that I often hear people say is that I want to change, but I don't know where to start. I don't want to just keep being me, but I don't know where to start. And I feel like I've outgrown the person I used to be, but I don't know yet who I'm becoming. The space in between who you were and who you're becoming can always feel confusing. It can often make you feel lonely because you're not connecting the same with perhaps people or things that you used to do. You're starting to change. You're wanting to be involved in different groups. But that's where evolution of your identity really begins to happen. Just remember this. You're not meant to stay static. Your identity evolves as you do, and growth begins the moment that you start showing up as the version of who you've aligned your vision to be. So that's why when we talk about doing brand you, it's getting clarity of where you're going, navigating to that true north. You can kind of veer off here and there as you go, but you need to have some sort of vision of who you're becoming to actually blossom into your fullness of your potential. So I want to share a story with you. So when I first started building the business that I have now, I was not certain of how it could happen. As I told you, I started in 2010. Technology was nowhere near where it is today. So even though I had this vision that I would be working from anywhere, connecting with people that were anywhere, that geography was not going to limit or have any influence into how I was going to do business. I mean, I didn't exactly know how all that was going to happen. And I didn't know if I could actually do it. I had never run a business before. I had always worked in a classroom as a teacher for somebody else. And I didn't even know if I could step away from the structure that I had in the schools that I worked in into something that felt entirely my own. But then there was a moment in 2010 that really shifted when I had taken time off to really reflect and to get clarity on how I was navigating to my true north, to what I felt was really my calling, what was going to create something that would use my skills and talents. And the one big shift that happened was that I decided to start acting as if. I started showing up like the person who already was doing what I was dreaming about doing. And I organized my day like I was the business owner of this organization, that this company that was connecting in different countries. And I created content as if I already had people listening. So then I decided to act as if. I started showing up like the person who had already believed that I was already living this life and having this business that I dreamed of. And I organized my day and I created products and services and content that already met the needs of the people that I believed I was going to serve. And here's what happened. My identity of who I was began to evolve to match the actions that I was taking and the thoughts and the ideas that I was putting forward intentionally every day. Because the truth is, identity isn't found. You don't go find your identity. You build it one aligned choice at a time. A lot of times on this channel, I talk about doing brand you is intentionally sitting in the driver's seat of who you are, grabbing hold of that steering wheel and steering it and navigating to your true north. Of course, you're going to go this way and that way and this way. But the idea is that you're moving forward and you're keeping your ideas and who you want to be and that vision that you have. Psychologists tell us that this is self-perception theory. The idea that we come to understand who we are by observing and noticing and being part of what we do. So with what you do is part of what you see happening in your future, you begin to create this natural evolution of your identity towards that. When you constantly act in alignment with your desired identity, your brain starts to integrate that behavior as truth. It's not pretending, it's training your brain to recognize your growth and to keep it foremost in the central focus of where you're going. Neuroscience supports this too. Each time you take an action aligned with your future self, you strengthen the neural pathways that reinforce your identity, who you are. And over time, your brain says, this is who I am. And over time, the language of that is in your head, that voice in your head begins to speak of the vision that you have. And over time, as you begin to share what you do with other people, it is the same. It becomes that reality for you, and it actually begins to happen. It's action-based transformation. That's why I love it, and that's why it fits so well with the concept of do brand you. So I'll share 3 key insights for you today, and the one is that identity evolves through aligned action. You can't think your way into becoming someone new. You grow into it by taking small, consistent steps in that direction. So you can think of who you want to be and you can dream that. But the idea is that you begin to evolve through aligned action. Every time you act like the person you're becoming, every time that voice in your head is trained to tell you that you are becoming the person that you dream to become, the vision that you have, you reinforce that identity. The second key insight I want to share with you today is that consistency matters more than confidence. So you don't, I mean, of course I woke up on days and like, there's no way. I don't even know what I'm doing today. I was like, but it doesn't matter. You show up as the person that you are becoming. Confidence grows as a byproduct of the work that you do. You gain confidence when you actually do things. You show up anyway, even if you're making mistakes, it's imperfect, or you don't even have the confidence in what you're doing. Consistency matters more than confidence. And the third insight I want to share with you today is that your environment mirrors your growth. So surround yourself with people, spaces, and ideas that reflect who you are becoming, not who you've been. That alignment supports your evolution. We can go into the driver's seat of our own identity, our personal brand, doing brand you, by surrounding ourselves with the people that are going to allow that to happen for us. Because it's going to happen anyway. As humans, we're going to evolve anyway. We can just let life happen, or we can choose to be part of unleashing our potential as we navigate to our true north. So I always give a do action step at the end. This is the Do Brand You channel, so there's something for you to think about this week. So I encourage you to take a few minutes this week and reflect on this. Who am I becoming? Who do I want to become? Who is that person? If I think of who I am today, what is this evolution that's going to happen? The second question, ask yourself, what does that version of me do differently than I'm doing today? What does that person that I want to become do differently than I'm doing today? Maybe it's how you organize your day. Maybe you want to be a person that's even a lot healthier than you are today. And so what does that person do? They add exercise into their life. Maybe that person that you want to become has more free time because they organize what they do through the processes that they create. And so that version of you, what is different is that you're actually getting more free time because you have created processes. And then the third question is, what's one small action step that you can take this week that would align with that future self, and take that action? So I encourage you to just embrace the evolution of you and enjoy it. And I will see you here next week. Subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. Hit the like button. It means a lot. There's a link below. Connect with me through the Do Connect newsletter, and I'll see you next week.